All right, guys, this is the most confident trade follow-up, and this will be the last follow-up until basically we're over. And we are over on February 19th, okay? So all trades are over February 19th. And I just want to show you guys something which is kind of cool here. So I have in my Thinkorswim, I have, this has to go back over to most confident. So I set up a different book. So this is my, right here, this is my portfolio of positions I have on. And then I have the most confident separated. I'm actually not in Chicago, I'm in San Diego. So I have most confident separated here. So as you can see here, it's really easy for me to track. And so these are my trades based on unusual option activity or swing trades, whatever. And then I have the most confident, a separate one. If let's say Hess was most confident trade, I could just do move to group, okay? And if you need more setup than that, James can kind of help you out. So this is the most confident trade, guys. And I was risking $100,000 on this trade. And let me just bring this up really quickly here. The most recent we have was yesterday. Okay, so I actually went through this, and it was actually really interesting because, and I got rid of KSU today for 420. So 420, 670, 3.25. So the most confident trade we've been tracking, okay? And I looked at the stock performance, and obviously this is going to change today. The stock is down 213%. So let me just bring out a Word document here. Justin. So let me bring out a Word document. Okay. And this is really interesting here, guys, okay? So the most confident trade, okay? The most confident trade was executed on December, let me get to the date here. December 18th. So 12/18/2015, okay? I was risking $100,000 with my goal of making 25 to 30%, okay? And I thought I could make 50%, okay? Within 1 week, okay? Within 1 week or 5 trading days. Hold on 1 second. I need to buy some more of these. Just give me a second here. I'm just trying to put some trades in. Okay, so within 1 week or 5 trading days, the portfolio in options was up 25%, and in stock, it was up 10%. Okay? So, interesting here that the portfolio was doing pretty well, right? And what I could have done is I could have locked in profits, right? Right then and there, I was up $25,000 on this trade. I could have locked in profits. Well, and then we all noticed what happened afterwards, okay? The stock market took a major bloodbath, okay? And the S&P 500 futures fell from 2039 to about 1887. Okay. So that is, let me take out my calculator. So 2039 minus 1887, 150 points, 152 divided by 20.39. So the market is down 7.5%. Okay. If I took all the most confident trades in stock, okay, and it probably got a little bit better today, and had no targets and no stop losses, okay, I would be down. Is that a run-on sentence? $216%. Okay. I took options and currently it is down about 4.5% or $4,500. Okay. So, we always talk about, is a trade or a winner? Is a trade a winner or a loser? Let me just send this one signal out real quick. Swing trade, entry to open, and filled. I bought 50 more. Hess. 50 calls for 30 cents. We'll add 25. Okay, so we talk about a trade. How can you lose more? If you lose 7% on 200 stocks, okay, if we go back to the most confident trade, it's a good question. Let me bring this up real quick. Where is that thing? It's somewhere. Oh, here it is. So here, if I lose, no individual stock, you can lose 100%. But if I lose 5%, lose 5%, lose 5%, lose 5%, if I add them all up, okay? And like I said, this has probably changed today. But if I added them all up, I'd be down 213%, okay? So we always talk about this all the time. Is it a winner or a loser, okay? You say, hey, is unusual option activity a winner or a loser? And we'll send this to you guys as well. Let me put this in here. Okay, so the most confident trade was executed on 12/18. Okay, we're now on January 22nd. I was risking $100,000. My goal was to make 25 or 30%. I thought I could have made 50%. Within 1 week of the trade, okay, 1 week of the trade, it was up 25%. And the stock was up about 10%. I did lock in some profits. I did not lock in enough profits. Then we had a major correction, okay? And the market just got crushed, okay? The market is now down 7.5%. If I took the trade off in 1 week, I would have made 25 grand or 25%. If I had the stocks, it would have been 10%. Currently, right now, I'm down about 4.5%. Which I actually consider a major victory, okay? If I held it until today, I would be down 216%, okay? If I held it to today, I'd be down 216%. So we talk about this all the time, is a trade a winner or a loser, okay? And, sometimes it's hard to say if it's a winner or a loser because this trade was a winner and now it's a loser. But only being down 4.5% with the market down 7.5%, it's outperforming the market. So if I just had a basket of stocks, okay, let's say I had a basket of stocks or long the S&P 500 futures on $100,000 of risk. Okay. Today, I would be down 7.5% or $7,500. Okay. The most confident with targets is down 4.5% or $4,500. Okay. So I am down in this trade. This trade is not working out, but I'm going to continue with this trade. Okay. I'm going to trade this again next year. Okay. What I'm going to do next year to tweak it, I'm going to take my profit targets way, way, way quicker. As like you said here, guys, we can go to the most confident trade, and today it's up $6,000. Okay, so it's having a good day today. It was down about 10.5% before today, and now it's up 6%. So today it's having a very nice day. So I'm up money today in it, but I am net down. So did the trade work? You say, hey, AK, did the trade work? And to answer very vaguely and kind of dodge the question, I guess the answer is it did work. Okay, exactly what happened. We got the Santa Claus rally. We got a pop in the stock market. If I was a more nimble, quicker trader, I could have locked in all my profits. I personally did not lock in profits. What I did is I took off some profits, but then I left a lot on. And we have some of these trades that are still on, and I'm going to hold these till February. I did get rid of KSU today. They had earnings, so that trade is over with. And we try to send this portfolio spreadsheet out every single day. We have to update this. So, like I said, guys, this is, one of the hardest things in trading is, we talk about being on a plane, and it's not important, it's not important getting on the train. Well, obviously it is important getting on the train, but it's more important where I get off, okay? Entries are very important. Exit's the hardest part of the game, guys, okay? So next year, I'm going to trade it again because the trade actually did work. It did exactly what I thought. On that date, which was the December 18th, that was the low in all these stocks for at least a week. We got that huge pop, and then, the market started to sell off. So, this is things we need to think about a lot. Unusual option activity. Is it a winner or a loser? It kind of depends. So, just keep this in mind, guys. And you say to yourself, if I'm down money on this trade, well, number one is a learning experience, okay? And number two, it technically was a winner, okay? I just didn't manage it the right way, okay? I personally didn't manage it the right way. And I teach you guys my trading plan. So next year, I'm going to do it exactly again, okay? But I'm going to be taking different targets. I'm going to take different targets. And I'm going to leave it open for about 5 minutes worth of questions. Does anybody have any questions at all? Is anybody not getting the portfolio spreadsheet? Then you said that the trade will be over February 19th and that this was the last webinar. Somewhere in your notices, I've stated that we'd have another webinar. I do not think there's another webinar, no. I think this is the last webinar. We had one in December reviewing the trades, and now we're having another one in January. So all trades will be taken off February 19th. Okay. I still have a little bit of risk on. In theory, if I went to how much risk I have $24,000 of risk. I'm up $5,700 on it today. So I'm having a nice day. I'm having a nice day in it. It is still net down. But like next year, I'm really going to tweak the strategy. Last year, I had a great year in trading this. Okay. I had an awesome year and it worked really, really well. This year, obviously the stock market sold off. If the stock market didn't sell off, I'd be killing it. Okay. A couple questions. Is there a recording of the original class? Yeah, Edith, just email me personally and I'll send you the recording. Just email me and I'll send you the recording. I understand how we selected the stocks. please tell us why you selected options, strategies, and strikes. That will be in the recording as well. So Thomas, you can email me. I used measured move targets, and I bought calls. Every trade was different, okay? Every single trade was different of which ones I took. But just email me, and I'll take care of that for you. Just email me, and I'll take care of that for you. Okay, so this is your follow-up. You know, net, it was a losing trade right now. The trade is not over yet. It was a huge winner. So, you know, is it a winner or is it a loser? It was a winner. Next year, I'm going to tweak the strategy, and I'm going to do it again, exactly the same again next year, guys. So I'm 100% going to take this trade again next year. Thomas says, thanks, I am up. I took profits on time. Great trading, you know. Like I said, unfortunately, I didn't take profits quick enough. You know, that hurt me. So next year, I'll be taking profit targets quicker. I will be taking this trade again next year, guys. I do believe in the trade. I just didn't take profit targets quick enough. So I know a lot of people email me and they said, thanks for the trade. I'm up money on the trade. I'm personally down. And not that much. I'm down about 4.5%, $4,500. But I know a lot of subscribers that said, thanks, AK. I got out of the trade real quickly. You know, Tiffany was a perfect example. Let me just bring up Tiffany's real quick. So in Tiffany's, so if we go to Tiffany's here, and we look at the daily chart, okay? So the trade was executed 12/18, okay? On 12/18, Tiffany was trading right here, okay? So this is a perfect prime example. Tiffany is trading right here on 12/18. Within 2 days or 3 days, I got profit targets, okay? So I got profit targets in Tiffany's, and then what happened at Tiffany's? It fell out of bed, right? So was this trade a winner or loser? You know, thankfully, Tiffany hit all my profit targets. So Tiffany worked out well. And some trades worked out well, some didn't. But net, it's not a bad trade, guys. I believe in this trade. I believe it. Just like unusual option activity this year. Unusual option activity this year, I'm getting crushed. I'm down a lot this year. But I know in 14 years, I haven't lost money since 2009. So I'm going to stick to the things that make me money. This makes me money. Made me money last year. In theory, it could have made me money this year. Unfortunately, I didn't manage it the proper way. When we're running a business, and trading is a business, guys, okay? If you don't know how to run a business, you can't trade. If you can't trade, you can't run a business. In running a business, you got to learn from your mistakes. I personally made mistakes on this, and it's not exiting in enough amount of time. So next year, I'll be retweaking my strategy and taking more profit targets quicker. So does anybody have any questions at all? Otherwise, I will send out the follow-up, and I will send out the recording as well. But just kind of wanted to talk about this trade. Does anybody have any questions? Or forever hold your peace. I do not think we have another follow-up. I will have to email James. James is in charge of my calendar. So I do not think we have another follow-up, but I'll have to follow up with James. All right, guys. Everybody have a great day trading. I'm